EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dolphins of Buenos Aires taking on the Dragons of Tokyo.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he slides and covers up at the end, as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
That good for 22 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Touchdown! Davante Adams with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Dragons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
But you look at this defense.
They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd down and 13.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Dorrance Armstrong able to get him for a loss of about 3.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but it'll be second down. But you look at this defense.
They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's a second drop right here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, only in the first quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready?
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
60 vices, 60 vices.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
Touchdown!
Josh Jacobs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. I mean, 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Luke Schoonmaker
from 21 yards away.
And the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
On the set.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Able to slither by. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Once again, it's Jacobs. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
Check smash, 19 Lions. Ready.
Now Prescott on 4th down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Come on, come on.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
70, Timberwolf. Shot left, shot left.
Pierce now up the middle.
A nice little juke. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run here with Pierce.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
70 Lions.
Pierce.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
They'll run for it with Pierce.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, but it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Let's go now.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
They'll drop the throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Dameon Pierce
From 3 yards out.
and the Dolphins are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Prescott's throw taken in by Adams.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
18 rattling. Trap 60, trap 60. Buffalo 18.
Prescott off play action. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
79 Broncos. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
This taken in at the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And finally stopped, but what a return all the way down to the 40.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
Ready? Crack low 80. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 70 Timberwolf. Viking 18. Go.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. Gets around him. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
88 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, so this is a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2nd and 5 from the 8. Now Prescott going to change the play.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb from 8
go.
yards out.
Yes, sir.
And the Dragons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Down the left sideline. Jalen Waddle. And touchdown. Jalen Waddle taking it in. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for two.
Lions. 65 cat. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
Yo, Petey, where you at?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again.
And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
It's reeled in downfield by Johnston.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Down at the 25.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try the right side here with White. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
And Prescott, he's going to change things up here.
Ready.
White. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
Go. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Dragon 60.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
70 Timberwolves.
They'll look to throw here. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They start the drive with White. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Prescott.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
It's a big play there on 3rd down. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Well, Prescott here to throw. Steps away. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. Touchdown.
Dots, baby. Come on.
There.
Let's get it.
27 yards.
And the Dragons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time, the tight end gets them.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Hurry.
Throwing here, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On the move to his left. It got his man complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Let's go now.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Check. 60 Maverick.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Now a deep one for Johnston.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Reed.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Tokyo,
it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to get back on the beam next.